And a review of health service reforms. But as our political correspondent Fiona Ross reports, ministers have ruled out any change in policy.
The declaration of Cathcart was produced by 5 former chairmen of the Cathcart Association, including the Glasgow councillor John Young. On the left of the party, and concerned about what they regard as the leadership's refusal to address the current decline in support, they unveiled their own 10-point survival plan.
A referendum on devolution, /independence, /status quo.
And it went on to call for a cabinet reshuffle, a review of Quango positions and a separate Scottish identity for the party. Although they'd made it clear they spoke as individuals, some Cathcart Tories took exception.
You do not represent Cathcart, so don't sit there with your declaration of Cathcart. You're a sham, an absolute sham, every one of you. You're a disgrace to the party. I'm a member of the executive. Other members here are the members of the executive. We should have been consulted before this rubbish was put out to the press.
Although this event was a complete shambles, it did bring to the fore the tensions within the Scottish Tories over how to tackle the decline in their support. And it did raise some genuine concerns, which came out during the debate on the Constitution.
It's about time we stood up for Scotland.
Simmering discontent within the Scottish Conservative Party burst into open warfare today. It started innocently enough when a group of dissidents tried to launch a campaign for a referendum on Home Rule. The authors of the so-called Cathcart Declaration were furiously heckled as they promoted their 10-point plan to save the party. Later, in his keynote speech, Scottish Secretary Ian Lang gave his full backing to the union. Our political editor Brian Taylor has been watching today's developments.
We recommend the following to the Prime Minister, the Cabinet and the Government.
The declaration itself was a mixed bag, ranging from race relations reform to a clampdown on crime, but most significantly, urging a semi-independent Scottish Tory party and a multi-option referendum covering Home Rule.
If we do not address this problem, the union may be at greater danger and risk in the next few years.
But then uproar as an onlooking member of the present Cathcart executive angrily accused his colleagues of treachery.
This is an absolute sham by these men. Answer it. Do any of you live in Cathcart? You do not represent Cathcart, so don't sit there with your declaration of Cathcart. You're a sham, an absolute sham, every one of you. You're a disgrace to the party.
As the Cathcart Five battled gamely on, Bill Thomas conducted his own rival news conference. Then onlooking right-wingers piled in with accusations of backstabbing.
You have detracted from the whole point of us gathering this week for 5 people for almost personal gain.
The 5, all former Cathcart chairmen, said they were pleased to have provoked debate.
I think it's a very healthy dialogue that's been sadly lacking.
It was all heady stuff for this customarily genteel conference. But earlier, the party heard a demand for the Tories to abandon their opposition to Home Rule.
What a timid lot we are. Let's just wait.
Party, or indeed out with it, who wish to come forward with improvements which will not damage the essentials of the union, as the Lord Chancellor emphasised, then of course we're prepared to discuss that.
But in his keynote speech, the Scottish Secretary made plain that devolution is a non-starter as far as he's concerned. He evoked the VE Day spirit as he vaunted the union.
I cannot believe that where half a century ago we achieved so much by unity, we could now contemplate the breakup of our United Kingdom. I cannot believe that. Strong union, strong Scotland, it says it all. So let us resolve today that we will remain true to our historic inheritance. We are the Unionists, and we stand by the Union, today, tomorrow, always.
Mr. Lang's speech, which featured biting satire upon Labour's alleged policy vacuum, united the conference in rapturous applause. But party division remains the abiding memory of the day.